All right, another episode of All Rell Good here on the Rellford Podcasting Network on a cold January 20th
Cold.
afternoon here in
Oh,
Michigan. And it's it's warm in the building. It's warm on the StreamYard podcast because they got two of my favorite Wolverines. Our guest, Tommy Staton, out of
Thank you,
Ferndale,
TC.
Michigan, number 23, late 1975 and 70. Now, when I was in school, he was a dude. And also our co-host,
Hey,
number
once upon a
4.
time I could fly.
Yeah, 6'3", 185-pound lean machine was Tommy Staton. And
okay.
6'6", 230-pounder out of Riviera Beach, Florida.
Yes,
number
sir.
40, Richard Rellford, the High Wire Act. Do you wish you lived in Florida now, Richard?
Tom, I wish I was in Florida yesterday. Trust me. It's cold up here, man. I woke
I
up,
was
it was
there
1
last
degree.
month, man. I was there
Were
last
you?
month, and I'm sorry I came back home.
Yeah, it's in the 60s down there, but that beats 6.
Oh,
60 beats
Thank you.
6, you know.
And it's going to be a minus 11 soon.
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Anyway,
I
well,
look forward to it.
hey, Rich, Tommy Staton is yet another one of those former players, a little bit above, a few years. I mean, he left the building. He left Chrysler about 3 years, 4-year gap, and then you came in your freshman in 82. And this was a Final Four team that Tommy Staton has. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I just thought about this. I'm going to go. We're going to start this out. Your 2 favorite moments as a player, and then we're going to get in. We'll talk about some other reflections, but this present team. But I'm going to ask Tommy Staton his favorite moment, those 4 years of playing for Michigan. But I'm going to start out by citing my favorite Tommy Staton moment. Okay. My favorite Tommy Staton moment, I'm going to embarrass the hell out of him, but I don't care. It was in the 1976 opening round of the NCAA tournament.
Oh my.
Staton,
You know about
Texas.
that, huh?
Okay, hey, Rich, you got to understand when Tommy, there's only 32 teams in the NCAA tournament.
Okay.
Not 4 when you were there a little bit later.
Right.
So Michigan is like playing the Wichita State Wheat Shockers, okay? A guy named Cheese Johnson. Cheese was just lighting up the play. And then
I was at 5-star camp with him.
Oh, did you? And upset was brewing, man. It's like this, oh my God, I've been looking forward to this tournament run. I plan on going to Philly, to the Spectrum, which I ended up doing, to watch them in the Final Four. Had all that planned out, and it's going to go to hell in the first round, okay? So anyway, they're struggling, Michigan's struggling, and Phil Hubbard, who you know, Rich, he fouls out of the game, okay? He fouls out, and then Michigan, they bring in this Tom Bergen off the bench, that big white guy with a big fro, okay? And they bring in freshman Tommy Staton, who they needed to make a stop. He made a huge steal in this game, and a bucket, I think, off it. Did you not, Tommy? And it turned the game, and then Ricky Green hits a wing jumper, and they win by 1. Okay.
We were down by 11. You were down by
11. Okay.
Whoa.
Hey, I come in the game. I got to tell you, this is my origin story. I come in the game. They got me playing forward, of course, Rell. They got me playing forward. I pop out for the ball. Ricky throws me the ball. And I'm like, man, I don't know what you want me to do with this. I throw it back to him, right? and I had been playing well in practice, of course, right?
Right.
So Ricky took the ball. He looked back at me and said, man, go. And he throws me the ball again. I took a crossover dribble from the hash mark and fired that jumper, Rell. I was so afraid I'd miss. I chased it down. I caught the ball. This is what Tom is talking about. I caught the ball when it came through the net.
Oh, yeah, you was ready.
So I handed the ball to Cheese or whoever was taking it out, right? This is what TC was talking about. Yeah. And made the old fake like I'm running back.
Yes, okay.
Quick turn around. But yeah, man, that was last thing on that one. Do you know what Johnny Orr said? He said, man, he says, Tommy, man, what a shot. Let me tell you what, great job. But if you had missed it, you would never have played another minute in uniform.
Okay. I love it, man. I love it, man.
Incredible.
I
Thank you
love
for
it.
that memory, TC. That was real
That's all
memory.
right.
That's origin story.
I mean,
Okay.
that was your favorite moment, right? Would
Well,
that be
you
your
know,
favorite?
I only played about 25 minutes my whole freshman year because we were so
Oh,
good at
wow.
the guard spot,
Okay.
Yeah, but
right?
that
But
set the tone. That's for your. I mean, you played a lot your sophomore, junior,
oh,
and senior.
I started
Yeah,
3 years
yeah,
after that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But that
Good.
was my
Good.
origin moment. They had to play me, right? Had to play me
yeah.
type
That's
of thing,
right.
Rellford.
That's right.
One other moment, and that it's got to be one of your favorite moments, okay? Because Rich will get off on. Okay, Magic Johnson and Greg Kelser are coming to Chrysler your senior year, my senior year, and it's Michigan State is like a juggernaut, and Michigan, kind of an average Big Ten team that year, and
Okay.
Tommy's checking Magic, if I'm not mistaken. Weren't you
Hey,
checking Magic?
every year. That was the
Okay,
big write
he's
up
checking Magic.
Ooh, I love it. I
out
love
on
it.
Front Street.
Yeah, and you had a really good game, and then Keith Smith hit this free throw with no time
Yeah.
on the clock.
We split with them both years that he was there. We
Yeah,
split.
yeah.
But
So,
that last game we played up at
oh, that was bad. I don't want. We're not
oh
gonna talk
man,
about
he
that.
took me
We're not,
out too soon. He takes me
we're
out
not
and I'm
gonna.
like, why would you do this? And Magic went crazy. But
He
you know
went crazy.
my other favorite story, origin story?
I love
Yeah.
this.
Same thing with we're down in Louisville, Kentucky, playing Notre Dame.
Oh yeah, I do remember
Okay.
that.
Adrian
Okay.
Dantley
Yes.
and
Whoa.
Flowers and Bill Lambier
Bruce Flowers. Yep. Kelly Trapuka.
Kelly Trapuka, and we're down. And I pulled
Oh.
the old trick again, Rellford. I took the ball. They were taking the ball out. I faked it. I'm guarding. I'm guarding the big fella, right? I'm guarding
Okay.
big dog. He takes the ball out. I faked the old right look
Go and
away
get it back.
move. Got the steal. Went down for the layup. Got another steal. Hey, they used to call me Tournament Time.
There you go,
Came
baby.
back and beat
There
him.
you
Came
go.
back and beat
There
him.
you
Came
go.
back and beat
That's what
him.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Okay,
I tell you.
Richard Rellford. Okay, my favorite moment for Rich. Tommy might remember this. Okay, so this would have been '86.
Okay.
Your final game at Chrysler.
Wow.
I think it's senior day, and you're playing Indiana and Bob Knight, and you got to win. You're trying to clinch the Big Ten regular season, and you just boat race the Hoosiers like 80 to 52.
Yes, I remember.
And you had I don't know who made it was off a rebound, and I mean I don't know how you got the ball in the wing. I don't know who got it to
Gary
you.
Grant. Gary passed it to you.
Yes.
You had a spear jam. I swear to God, your elbow was in the
In
rib.
the
Tom, you good, Tom, because that was my favorite moment.
right.
That was my favorite moment. That was my favorite moment, Tom. Because you said I was going to tell you. We started the game off with the dunk,
Yeah.
and we went on to beat them by 20.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh
And
no,
so
you beat it by like 38. It was like
yeah, okay. See, I thought it was 20. We beat them back.
Yeah.
We beat them back.
That's stupid me. I mean, I know this stuff more than the guys that actually played the game. That's
But hold on. This is
You're
the
the
same week.
historian, man. You're the
Right, but
historian.
this is the same week that Bobby Knight came in, and I told you he gave Coach Frieda a noogie.
Oh,
Right. He sure
That's the
did.
same
He
one.
sure
He said,
did.
remember? Gave him a noogie. And all of us were so upset
Pissed.
because we say, Coach, he don't come in our gym and give you no noogie. Like
I
he's just going
remember
to
that.
intimidate us. You
Yeah.
know that? And so,
Yeah,
listen,
I
we
remember.
spanked them after that, though. We spanked them.
Oh,
Spank.
that was so. Rich, it's interesting because you played for the head coach, Bill
Right.
Frieder, who was the assistant when Tommy
For
Staton
Tom.
was there, who was
That's
doing
who
all the
recruited us.
recruiting. I mean, he was
That's
out
who
on
recruited
the
us.
road.
Yes.
I mean, I take it that Tommy he recruited you out of Ferndale High School. Then was
Yes,
it
sir.
Freeze
And
or somebody
Phil,
else?
me, Phil, Alan Hardy,
Ooh, that's the
brother
truth.
down at we were the first Fab Five.
That's right. There
Brother
you go.
down.
See, I can believe that. I can believe that.
Yeah. Oh
City Al.
yeah.
City Al. We got to get City Al on
You
this
got to
show.
get City Al on here, man.
Yeah, we got it. Yes, I'm all for. I love my Michigan guys, man. I would love to get City Al on here. That would be
Al's
terrific.
good, man. The guy could
Oh,
freaking dunk, man.
Oh
I mean,
man. Well, he went to the Lakers and was dunking on folks.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, okay.
Uh,
Okay,
Listen,
so what was Frieder like recruiting you, Tommy?
man, I'm gonna tell you, Frieder was a cross between the greatest, most persistent person
Yeah.
and the most annoying butthole that you could ever meet. But he was on the road at that time, 28
Okay.
days a month. Hey, we said, what about your wife? Hey
Yeah.
man, it was crazy because he had just come out of Flint with Wayman. So he
Yeah.
had only
Okay.
been a
Yeah.
coach for 4 years in the college ranks when
Yeah.
we came.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
just to let y'all know, I would have still come to Michigan if Johnny Orr was the coach because I love Johnny Orr.
Johnny
Yeah.
was a
I
mess,
love Johnny
boy.
Orr. I
Yeah,
watched Michigan as a coming through high
yeah,
school,
yeah.
and I thought Orr was going to be there.
Right,
And then
right.
when he left and went to Iowa State, I was blown away. But Mike Boyd after that, Coach Boyd stayed at
Yeah,
my house.
boy, it was good.
Okay.
Do you
So
know
Rich,
the story behind that?
go ahead.
No,
How about this? Because we went to the finals and everything, and so
right.
or finally got paid some money because he was only making 40 grand a year
Yeah.
when we
Wow.
started,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
he had Frieder out there all the time. But then Frieder gets promoted. Berg Carter goes to the Alumni Association and
Yes.
spends the rest of his career. That's who helped recruit everybody too. But watch this. So Orr is sitting there our senior year, after our senior year. He's in the office. Phone call comes in, and the girl says, "Hey, Johnny, there's a call coming in for Bill, huh? Yeah, from Iowa State." And he says, "What do they want?" They say they really love Bill, and they want whatever he wants. They want him to come and coach. And Orr says, "Well, I tell you what. Tell me what you're offering, and I'll let Bill know." So they says, "Okay, let's call. Well, let me call you right back. Let's put it together. I'll call you right back." So he calls back. He says, "Well, we're going to offer him $500,000, which is, of course, 10 times what Orr is making, right? We're going to offer him a private plane to do recruiting.
Oh my
We're
God.
going to offer him his own TV show, right?"
Yeah.
And you know what Orr says? "Gosh darn, man," he says, "throw in the golf club membership and you can have me." The rest
Really?
is
That's what
history.
happened. And that's
The
what
rest
happened.
is
Wow.
history.
Yeah.
He's, of
Wow.
course, but of course, Michigan was Frieder's dream job. So,
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
So he stayed. I get
so
that.
he
I get
stayed.
that.
Michigan was cheap. I mean, my God, Bo
Oh,
Schembechler made
come
21,000. I
on.
mean, my God, they
Not
were
no,
cheap.
not Bo. Don't go. You got to go back before Bo, man. You got to go back to the original mastermind of it all, the AD.
Oh, Don Cannon.
Ah,
Oh,
Don
yeah.
Cannon.
Don Canham rewrote everything. What you see now is a result of what
Yeah.
Canham
No,
did
that's
Yes.
true.
50
Yes. I
years
agree with
ago.
you. I agree with you. I
That's
agree.
true. But
That's
you
why
know
you
what?
got
I
a
think
120,000
yeah.
member stadium.
I think Tommy and Rich, what Johnny Orr liked about going to Ames, Iowa, they made him feel like king for it. They appreciated him.
Yes.
So you go into
Yes.
Chrysler Arena. I mean, my God. I mean, I went to all those games when the year they went to the Final Four, and there was like 7,000 fans in Chrysler. I mean,
Yeah,
when there
you were
was
hopeful
one
they had
sellout.
somebody.
There was one sellout at the Indiana game. I don't even think
Right,
the Michigan State game sold out. It
right,
was
right.
I mean, Rich, you had more fans. I will say
Really?
basketball started, yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean, it was a football school. It was
football, man. Football.
Well, we came in after Hub and Tom because that's when they were starting to get popular.
That's right. That's
Because
right.
we
yeah,
knew
they
about Tom and I
filtered it
knew
up.
about Hub.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Because
filtered
he
yeah.
it up.
started getting
Remember,
guys.
that's when Ricky Leach,
Yeah,
Huckabee,
yeah,
man,
Uh,
they averaged 600 yards a game, man.
wow,
Football.
man. Look at here.
They were number
Look at
one.
here.
What else you gonna talk about?
I know.
Right, that's exactly right. Man, but listen, you and Hub and Ricky
Yeah,
Green and all you guys, listen, that made Michigan basketball. That put us on the map.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
with you guys,
And
what
don't forget
got
one
me
more
was
guy.
that.
One more guy. I can't let you forget this name.
Who?
Campanella Russell,
Can't be
baby.
rap with a
Oh, come on,
sweet
baby.
J.
Him
Come
and
on, man.
CJ,
Come
they
on.
did it the
Yes,
year
yes,
before we went to the
yes,
finals. They remember they hit the two over UCLA
yes,
and put it
Campy,
on the
man.
map. And
You know
Campy
what? It's
goes
funny.
early. Campy goes early and changes the entire sport.
Hey,
Listen, Campy.
Campy had the sweetest rainbow jump shot. I mean, it wasn't a flat. It was the opposite of a flat. I mean, it just went like, and then when it would go through the net would catch on the rim.
Right.
I mean, it was. But Tommy and Rich will appreciate that because he played. This is a dude right here, Kaz.
Oh, come on, man.
That's where it
Come on.
started with me. That's where it started with me. My past
Yes.
with Michigan because of Cassie Russell.
Cassie Russell.
Because of Cassie Russell.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
Kaz, when I talk to Kaz, and I always, you always say no, but I tell him he's the greatest player in Michigan's history.
Yes,
It's
he
Cassie Russell.
changed everything.
And right, but Kaz will always tell you he'll start mentioning Phil Hubbard and Ricky and and Tom and these guys. And I'm gonna tell you, man, my biggest joy is when I get a chance to talk to Kaz.
Man,
That's some of my biggest days, man. He is an amazing dude, and I tell everybody, Tom, and I tell Tom Crawford as well. The reason I played in the NBA is because of Cassie Russell.
Go, man.
Yeah.
Go, man.
Yeah.
Say that.
That's a great story. And you're Michigan.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We're gonna bring Tommy back another time because we
definitely bringing Tommy back.
I mean, this is
definitely bringing Tommy back.
Hey, I'm a historian like you guys, man.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it, Tom. I love it.
When Bobby Knight threw the chair across the floor.
Yeah.
And we played him the next week.
Right.
I want to talk about this present Michigan team. They're 16. They're 14-4 overall. We talked about the Minnesota game before we came on the air. That was, the team got physical with them. They won a tough game yesterday. Well, I mean, it was, I'm seeing a trend where with Danny Wolf and Vlad, that 4 or 5 ball streams kind of getting mucked up a little bit by the defense, and it's not so easy, and they're scheming and they're closing out shot. I mean, Northwestern's a pretty team. Okay, we'll start with you, Rich. I mean, where are you at with this team? I mean, have you changed your expectations, and what are their flaws that you think need to be addressed most important?
Well, I haven't changed my expectations. What I like is they picked up on the turnovers. They've started to get better on the turnovers.
Yeah.
And I know people may say the pick and roll is not working all the time. I love that them two big men pick and rolls because it can't be stopped. And even though Wolf is not scoring a lot like he was in the beginning, the boy is a hell of a passer. Yeah. He is a hell of a passer for a 7-foot kid. And what about the big boy from FAU? Gold has changed. I don't know what happened to Gold because now he's a man inside. He runs it now.
And just dunked the freaking ball.
All the time. Yes.
I mean, you were kind of a floater. I mean, you played guard and forward, but I mean, I want you to talk on the guard play and I've been highly critical. I mean, I'm not. I'm not trying to be overly, negative about it, but man, I'm thinking the demise of this team, if they leave early in the NCAA tournament, is because of not having consistent guard play. What are your thoughts in the backcourt right now?
I'm going to tell you, but I have to start with the 4 or 5 balls, Graham. One of my challenges with the team, and as you just said, Rell, they're having some challenges with that, but Golden just had 30 points twice. Yeah. So it's working, but you have a 7-footer with extremely great skills who would rather pass than score.
Yeah.
And we're familiar with that. They had to push Magic and get him from being a passer first and being a scorer first so you can pass better, right? But my challenge is I think they lost some identity when they went more to the 4 or 5. Yeah. Not for the big fellas, but for everybody else. What does the point guard supposed to do other than start the play? What is Roddy supposed to do? Your best shooter is sitting out there just waiting many times. Even though the big fellas are getting the ball, I think it changed a nuance change when they came to the Big Ten. They're still winning, but the flow is a little different. Who takes the last shot?
Trey Donaldson.
Yes.
Rich, how you address this? I know you're big ball shot. He's a veteran guy and everything, but now he was the go-to guy at the end of the Minnesota game.
Right.
Didn't work out. He was the go-to guy at the end of regulation this game and did not work out. I mean, I'm almost thinking Roddy is the go-to guy as opposed to Trey.
And that worked.
Yeah, I like Roddy. I think Roddy is a go-to guy.
Yeah.
Because Roddy's gonna come in and
they're
he's
all
gonna play hard.
dogs on defense. They're all dogs.
Yes, they are.
Which is
I
what
agree.
love.
I agree.
They're dogs on defense, and you can do that when you got 2 7-footers back in the back. But
that's exactly right.
But I think, when I was at Michigan, I learned the greatest definition of politics that I ever got in Econ 101, which was politics is who gets what and when. That's all it is, right?
Okay.
Who gets what and when. So in this situation, who's the go-to guy at the end? Who's the one? Who are we looking for? Who are we running the play for? Are we going to run the 4-5 70% of the time? What are we? I think we lost identity. Watch this. Watch this. Rellford, you know this. What changes the most when you come into the Big Ten season?
Oh, I've said this many a time. Yeah. It's always going to be the physicality.
Yes,
of the game.
I got one more for you. From a coaching perspective, they were playing 10 and 11 guys, all this NIL money, right? They were playing 10 and 11 guys, 4 or 5 different guards, everybody. Remember, Rell? When Big Ten time comes, that lineup shrinks, baby.
Oh, yes. Yes, Tom. Yes, Tom.
Big fellas, the big fellas you ain't gonna touch, but it's the guard play out front that
it's
affected the most. Because now you may not get 10 shots. Now you may not, you might
That's exactly right, Tom.
The ball.
Well,
that's exactly right.
Let me throw the contrast. Okay, so Tommy Staton, you got Ricky Green and Steve. You got Ricky Green, a flyer and a baller distributor, and you had Steve Brody, who was like a freaking linebacker, just stopping everybody. Okay,
and shooting a short jumper.
Rich, you got Gary Grant, who you didn't need to teach defense from day one, and a great distributor, and Antoine Gilbert, who can shoot. I mean, you guys were. It's not even comparable. To what these cats have. I mean, you were spoiled, Rich.
I was spoiled because I watched Ricky and I watched you guys, Tom, and I always thought Ricky was like a jet.
Fastest game on earth.
Never seen one of the fastest guys I've ever seen with the ball.
Yes,
dribbling the ball.
Yes.
And so listen, we did all our homework.
I could keep up with him though.
Oh yeah. Now, listen, that was your boy. That was your running mate. Listen, we loved it, man, because towards his retirement years, before he retired, Phil Hubbard used to come and practice with us because he was still in Cleveland.
Right.
And because he was getting older, Roy Tarpley, who was the Big Ten Player of the Year, was always saying, "Man, I'm gonna kill Hub today." And when Hub came in, we used to call Hub old man game.
Old man.
Because he never jumped this high. And he was killing Roy. He was scoring Roy every play. And I used to laugh and say, "Yo, Tom, stop the old man. Why you can't stop the old man?" He used to be so mad. And me and Hub talk about it now, man. That's another guy, Tom. I got to get Hub on here.
Okay, Rich. Speaking of sweet hubs, you probably don't remember this, but after his sophomore, he hurt his knee.
Yeah, he hurt his knee,
and he was never this. He missed out his junior year. I mean, Joel Thompson, Tommy, was playing center. Okay, so I mean that was a 77, 78 season.
Yes, 79,
and that, I mean, I'm telling you what, if Sweet Hubs didn't wreck that knee because they didn't have the medical expertise like they do now. I mean,
he had never 14-inch gap things on. Hey, but you know what they said at his retirement down in Cleveland? I'll never forget this. Bring tears to my eyes. They said, folks don't even know. They don't know how he played for 10 years. Averaged a double-double. They said the knee was just like spaghetti, like Kellen Winslow. His knee was just spaghetti. They don't know how he played.
I don't know how. I was at his retirement party, and I don't know how he played. I ain't gonna lie to you, because you're right. We knew about the knee injury.
Right.
And people used to tell me Hub used to jump out the gym before he hurt his knee.
But and so fast jump. You couldn't.
Ain't
You
that
might
something?
out jump him, but he was so fast. Man, his calves were
That's my
that
guy,
big.
man. That's my guy, Hub.
That was
That's
my
my
road.
dude.
That was my
I
road.
love Hub, man. I'm gonna have to tell him. I'm gonna talk to him. Tell him I got to have you on here, Tom.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ain't
tell
that
him,
something,
man.
Yeah,
Hub?
Hey,
we
go get
got
us together.
we're gonna embrace this history stuff, man. Way
Oh no,
more.
I'm gonna call Hub. I'm gonna call Hub.
This is good. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having Tommy Staton and Alan Hardy on the time with us.
Yeah, can we get?
Wide. We'll go
Can
four
we
wide.
get? I want to get him big, right? I want to get Art Hardy on here as well. I
Yeah.
think it'd be an
Don't
awesome
forget
thing.
Davy Baxter,
Yeah.
Oh,
one of the
Bax.
great shooters of all
Dave,
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I said one of the best shooters at Michigan. Bax. Yeah, I know Baxter.
Dave,
Okay.
that little left-hand jumper,
That
man.
lefty, man, and
Yeah, I
had
saw the
handles,
film.
man. He had handles before folks had handles.
From
See, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Detroit Lutheran West High School.
Lutheran West,
Dave
man.
Wow.
Hey,
Tom, you
before
don't
they had
forget
a
nothing.
3-point line.
Yeah.
Before they had
Ain't that song?
Yeah.
I love it, guys. I love it, man.
Hey guys, we're running out. This means we gotta do another one of these things with Tommy Staton.
Oh, for sure. I gotta get Tom back.
I was retired now, baby. I was retired.
Okay. Before we let you go, okay, I'm gonna tell. I mean, a lot of fans and a lot of guys who I went to school with at Michigan. Hey, what's Tommy Staton up to? Tell everybody what's Tommy Staton been doing the last several years.
Oh, so the last several years, I've been in that. I coached high school at my old alma mater.
At Ferndale,
Did really well. Put some kids in college. Went from that to restorative practices, which of course is the kids who need to be restored. Did that for a few years. I did dean of students. The whole thing like that. The last couple years, I've just been pretty much an investment type of guy.
Yeah.
And I do some day tradings.
Yeah, you guys have similar. Because I don't know, Tommy, if you know about Rich. Rich works with he works with young people, teaching them the game of basketball.
Wow,
he's been a coach every day of his life, and there's some commonality.
Same here.
That's a Michigan guy, Tom. We care about them kids. And that's what we want to do.
Man, what you talking about?
There you go, baby.
So I'm good. I'm living it like it's golden, man.
There you go, Tom. Keep living your life, man.
The big C jumped on me a little bit.
Okay.
But other than that, man, God is good.
Okay. God is good, bro.
Okay. All right, Tommy. Hey, thanks so much for coming on. All Rell Good. Appreciate it, Rich. We're gonna bring Tommy back. We're gonna bring up.
I'm definitely bringing Tommy back.
All right. Make it a great.
All right, guys.
Hail,
all right. See you guys.
Go blue, baby.
Go blue.